Hello everyone, this is Rosemary Bova here, and we're in the midst of a very steamy heat wave in New York City. It got me thinking this morning about the song Summer in the City by the Lovin' Spoonful, and there's a line in the song that talks about people walking around without any energy, something like Walking Dead. And as I began to think about that, I also was reminded of a recent visit to Bethel Woods, the location where Woodstock occurred almost 50 years ago. And they have a wonderful museum there, and I got to listen to some interviews with Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin, and both of them also referred to people walking around basically like zombies. And I've begun to think about that and think about the world of work, which all of you know I have a great passion for, and what is happening in the world of work. And I started reflecting on how many times I've talked to people and in different companies, in different parts of the city, in different parts of the country. And as you talk to them, you realize that people don't sense a vitality or a great energy about the work that they're doing. And it's almost as if they are, walking through life without experiencing the vitality and richness that one can really experience by having meaningful work. I'm very fortunate in that I love what I do, and I probably will never stop doing what I do because my passion is helping people to be their best, and organizations to be their best. So it's when you have a passion like that, it is always fueled by meeting with people who are excited about their work that they're doing. And I'm noticing in our country right now, and in the corporate world in particular, that there are too many people that are not excited or energized or feel vitality in the work that they do, or feel that the work that they're doing is even meaningful. So I'd like you to think about that for yourself. Take a little survey and think about where on a scale of 1 to 10 you might fall when it comes to your vitality and interest, meaning in your work, with a 10 being very high and a 1 being absolutely no interest, just doing it because you need a paycheck. And that's really unfortunate if people are falling on the lower end of that scale, and yet I think many of you are. So I'm wondering what one might be able to do to change that around. And I'm thinking that there's an opportunity here to perhaps reframe how you think about work and the choices you have at work. I'm going to invite you to entertain the thought that you have a lot more choice about your experience at work than you may realize you do. So I'm going to ask you to think about when something happens at work, what might you do to help yourself to take some more responsibility for the experience that you're having when you're having it. Sounds a little cumbersome there, but it's really rather simple. If when you have a reaction at work to something, both positive and negative, but I'm really speaking on the negative because I think that's what's draining the energy, then I'd like to ask you to take a moment and take a deep breath and to think about whether or not you can feel a sensation in your body. Because oftentimes when we have these impactful situations, they are reminding of us of an earlier similar situation that could go back as early as infancy. And the more we can become aware of things that are going to trigger old wounds or old painful experiences, the more you're able to change that experience in the present time. You can revisit it, recognize that at the time you were a child, or you might have been a teenager, but recognize that the reaction you're having today is being influenced by something that happened in the past. So I'm hoping that over the weekend you will ponder and reflect on your own work experience and how you might be able to have much more of an exciting, meaningful experience in the role that you're in at work now. Have a great weekend. We'll be back next week.